Welcome back, everybody. We are back with another episode. This is not going to be an exploration episode because this next planet is actually a main story where you will get your final crewmate. Yes, crewmate for the Normandy, and that is Dr. Liara Tosoni. She is an Asari archaeologist who I feel like out of any character in the Mass Effect series that we get in Mass Effect 1 or 2 that we see in 3 has the most growth and change, I feel, in the entire series out of any of the characters. So, you guys will kind of see through these walkthroughs why that is. But basically, we are going to be doing the main story, so there is going to be no extra artifacts or anything like that to be like, okay, I need to make sure I look out for this and grab it. Like, none of that whatsoever. This is just going to be main story stuff, so you'll find equipment at your level. Why do I recommend this over any of the others? First off, last crewmate. You don't want to get that crewmate last because then you are missing out, like, basically 90%, well, almost 90% of the game with a potential companion that would unlock story stuff for Novaria and a lot of conversations and codex. So you want to recruit her right away, like immediately. So, and it's kind of one of the easiest if you know what you're doing. I've beaten this part on insanity difficulty as the first mission, so yeah. I don't know if I did it like after 2 planets of exploration. Maybe I've explored more. And we might actually do that instead of the Citadel on Sunday, tomorrow, basically. Because then we'll get a lot more done and have a lot more, for lack of a better word, things to do. And we'll return to the Citadel when we have a bunch of stuff to turn in, basically. So, with that said, I'm just gonna save this really quick. We're basically right here. We also do not have any music and or like any music at all, basically. Well, except for like obviously starting and ending screens, you know, with our non-copyrighted music. But like in-game music, basically, none of that exists. If you hear music like sounds, it's a sound effect, and I need that to be able to play the game. Also, because I did forget to mention this in the last video and you guys witnessed it, the reason we've been saving a lot is there is a lot of glitches with the remastered Legendary Edition versus the OG. The OG didn't really have any glitches, like very minimal glitches. But in the Legendary Edition, there can be occasional glitches, so if we run into that, I will try my best to edit it out. So you might have seen in the last video something edited out. So if there's any glitches, I do apologize if some of it is edited out. I will try my best to minimize editing those out, not because I want to show that there are glitches, but try to show how to play the game, basically. So I may have edited it out in the last video. If not, it's because of story or quest stuff that, you know, it would not make sense to edit it out. So with that said, let's go ahead and head to Therum. What is that, Therum? Therum is a distant but rich industrial world claimed by the Human Systems Alliance. It is plentiful heavy metals and have fueled the recent manufacturing boom on Earth. Core samples rich with the fossils of simple silicone-based organisms indicate Therum was more habitable in the past than it is at the present. Therum was more habitable, or sorry, not that part. Perhaps this explains the many Prothean ruins dotting the surface, most of which have been looted by mining corporations. So, with that said, we are going to land on Therum and try to recruit, rescue, get information out of Dr. Liara Tassoni. As you can see, I'm bringing Garrison, Rex, my two heavy hitters, in my opinion, to this mission because I'm a lightweight squishy. And it just makes sense. Obviously you can see...
Commander, I'm picking up some strange readings. Really strange, like off the damn charts. It looks like it's coming from an underground complex a few clicks away from the drop zone.
Alright. So as you can see, there's nothing to really pick up, so you're just gonna keep moving forward. Avoid the lava if you can. It's sometimes very hard, so you gotta be mindful of where you're driving, and what you're doing. Because if you fall in the lava, it's game over. No matter what you try to do, game over. And believe me, I've done it maybe once or twice when I first played this. And I never understood, like, why that was until I used Big Brain later on. So this part is going to be challenging. And I'm glad they got rid of the cutscene. I think it still plays the cutscene if you played it before. But on like the OG and not the Legendary Edition. Otherwise, if you have, you won't be dealing with the cutscene. And I would stay at a faraway distance if possible from these things. There will be a moment where you have to fight them in, like, close combat. Oh, I forgot to sell stuff. Oh well. But yeah, these things are a lot bigger than you expect. These are maybe a quarter size of the Colossals, which are more terrifying, in my opinion. How they come up with this stuff, I'll never know, but BioWare and EA, when you come up with stuff like that, it's very terrifying. That's all I have to say. It is terrifying to see these creatures brought to life. Doing this because killing any enemy gives you XP.
Only a fool punches a Nathak in the mouth. We should sneak around and pull its tail.
Yes, we will, but I just wanted to do is get free experience. Can I do that? Because you really can't go through the front. I learned that the hard way. There is a side path with one turret, though. Ooh. We're almost at maxed out decryption. Wait. Oh, that's on the other side of this. Oh, also, I forgot the Juggernauts are very terrifying. If you're not in the Mako, that is. Oh, these guys are not fun. We're just looking around for our enemies. But I guess they're inside. Rex, you go up ahead first. Rex, you terrify me. I didn't mean to hit X. That was my mistake. But as you could tell, doing that was extremely smart, and you can actually activate the gate and have more control over the combat. I would not recommend doing what I did, which is like shooting from afar and just playing dodge them game kind of deal. I only did that because I've played hours upon hours into this game, multiple times, only doing the Paragon walkthrough. And as you can see over here, there is a bunch of stuff. So as you can see, that will be very, very important. So now this side is the side we want to unlock, because that will progress our way forward. I don't think there's any enemies over here, but there are on the other side. Usually, sometimes you'll find stuff in here, so that's why I would always recommend exploring in here. Obviously, on harder difficulties, resources will be more scarce. Believe me, I've done it where I was like, oh, there was resources here, and then it's like, oh yeah, I'm playing on harder difficulty. Rex, go in there. You are tank. There we go. We're gonna do this really quick. I always recommend decoding these because you get experience for them. See, even if it's tiny XP, every little bit counts, especially if you want to get to level 60 or close to level 60. I've never reached the full level 60, but I have tried. I just sworn, like I said, there might be stuff on easier difficulties. You just have to really look for it. Now we keep moving forward, and you think, oh, we'll just make it all the way there with our Mako. I would love to say that is 100% true, but I would be lying if I said that was 100% true. Now, like I said, you want to try to keep them as far away as possible, but you don't want to make it too far, because then it's hard to see. I don't like how, like, in the OG, you couldn't zoom in to see, but now you can in the Legendary Edition. That was something I really loved that they did for the first Mass Effect, because it was always hard and you had to guess with the OG if you were hitting something or not. And it did not look this crisp and clean. And see, we got another level up. Aha! We're gonna do decryption. Because that will allow us to unlock everything and stuff like that, and we don't have to continue any further. Now, we're going to try and get our Spectre training up to Advanced Unity, because that will be important. As you can see, we're almost 2/6, 1/3 of the way there to level 60. And I always recommend doing this from afar, because the next area, well, the next part is just going to be majorly difficult, and it might do another cutscene up to this point, but because I've played it before and stuff, I don't keep the cutscenes. Come on. How that even works, like, game logic, I guess. That's a Colossus, by the way. Jeez, how does it go through the ground? And like I said, those are very hard to beat. I would not recommend close encounter unless you like, it being very difficult. Now, when we go against one on the ground, I'm going to kind of show you the easiest way of doing it. It's not going to be 100% perfect or foolproof. It might take even a few tries. But I promise that it will be easier, at least, to do. Woo! Dodged at the last second. Alright, we're gonna have to worry to our right, I believe, because there will be some that just spawn over here, but I believe there is some stuff over here too that we're gonna try to snag really quick. And thankfully there is no hazards on this planet, but sometimes you can find stuff in places you think there wouldn't be. I could have sworn. Well, it might be on easier difficulties, so that is just something to keep in mind. Always explore, always check things, because you never know what you'll get. Alright, heading to the next area. Oop, I forgot to mention that in this tunnel, they up the ante into a sense. And they put enemies in the tunnel. After the first one, so it's kind of chaotic. And then there will be a barrier up here. I've done it before in one blast, but yeah, this part is gonna be fun. We're gonna save here. Why? 'Cause saving is our friend. I would recommend even saving before you go in there. Chemical rounds, combat sensor. We're gonna do synthetics, because that's what we're gonna be facing up against. And then we're gonna save over our last save again. So why am I telling you to do this? This next part can be very challenging to some individuals. Oh, I think it took me 2 to 3 tries after beating it the first time, taking like 10 plus tries. So it really depends on if you played it on an easier difficulty and you know what you're doing. And just who you bring with you. Okay, I keep forgetting that there is no reload component in this game. And that's why I keep pressing X, because there is in the second and third game. Ooh.
Warm up.
Alrighty. And usually you get more XP by doing this yourself versus... Oh, we're gonna do that. Get rid of these. Alright.
Perimeter secured.
Then I would recommend saving after this part. Why? Because it gets more complicated as you go and progress. There will be a sniper. I recommend using Garrus as a sniper if you can. If you're a soldier, you can technically snipe them yourselves. And your weapons can't overheat. I kind of forgot about that, but we took care of who we needed to take care of.
Here it comes.
All right. And it's so hard to hit any of these guys without... Hey, Rex. Go that way. Oh, crud. Iris! Oh, I need you to take that spot.
Fire in the hole. PCM is hot.
Alright, that's my last one, probably, that I'll use, because I need a couple for the fight ahead. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Vector training. Because we want to make Unity more useful. Oh, I forgot I had that. Alright, we're gonna save again. Like I said, it gets progressively harder and harder as you go. Oop. Oh. Thankfully, it wasn't that bad, but... weird. Oh. Make it uncomfortable for him, Rex.
On me.
Whew. Sometimes you can also find containers around this area too, but it really depends on your level of difficulty again. Let's go ahead. And we're gonna save. Man, I've been saving so many times. This next part, you remember how I said it would be really bad to fight a Colossus on the ground unless you have to? This is the unless you have to moment. There will be, I think, a cutscene. Yep, cutscene. Right on cue. And they just drop them with these stalkers, which is what, are the Geth stealth. And then they just throw a Colossus in the mix or something like that. So as you could tell, I failed the mission because I got... Okay, we're gonna try this. I don't know how well it's gonna go. Okay. Because I'll just explain. So I had failed before, you know, this attempt. But basically, this part can be really challenging. Even I still struggle with this part. I think it's one of the worst parts to have to do, but I think it's ingenious of the developers because it's like you can't always rely on the Mako to solve all your problems. You really gotta think outside the box. So yeah, this part can take multiple tries. If you get frustrated with it, I would recommend taking a break and then coming back because this part can be really frustrating, and the more frustrated you get, the more harder it seems to be than it actually is. Oh geez Louise, that scared me. Oh Jesus. Guys. Stasis? Jeez. Louise. Warp and overload this guy. Like I said, the little guys make the big guy fight so much harder than it needs to be. gonna have to wait till this is done. I think this part is the most meta gel I've had to use out of any of the parts in the game, in my opinion. Okay, the armatures are the smaller guys, so thankfully we're dealing with smaller guy, but... Oh, too close for comfort. Actually, do I have it? No. But I could do this. Rex could do that. There we go. Now we could take out any remaining little guys with very, very minimal difficulty. That sound is so weird. Might be the machinery and I just never heard of it before because of the music. But definitely check around here, especially if you are on a easier difficulty. Sometimes there will be lockers, crates, and stuff like that. But I would highly recommend looking around just in case there is any gear or equipment that you can find. And once you feel like you've thoroughly explored the area, which I'm pretty sure I have because I've never gotten any in this high level difficulty. I have in easier difficulties but not higher. I would recommend saving before you enter the ruins. And I do apologize that this is kind of a longer episode, but it will be worth it, I promise. As much as I love shields, I like their health regen more because then I don't have to worry about feeling so squishy and stuff. So now we've made it into the ruins. We're going to run down, get our stamina back up a little bit. Yours might need it too. Yeah, we're not really dealing with much on that front. At least not yet until we can get something for it. Also, using biotics is a great way to mess with them. Because they can't really do much when you use biotics against them. And since we had an extra meta gel, I'm not going to worry about it. I don't think...
Visited a Prothean ruin before, aside from the Citadel.
And this is the spot we want to remember because this is where we'll be ending the episode at, kind of. Well, I mean, after the cutscene and stuff, but that is going to be our exit. And that will be important to remember. Alright. Yep, there's a med kit over here, so that's why I didn't mind wasting one. Now, the drones can be real pain in the booties. Especially if they're rocket drones. I recommend dampening and any overload. Because that will get them...
Sterile white. Protheans sure build things homey.
And usually you can find stuff around here too, depending, again, on the level of difficulty that you are playing on. Now, this is the upcoming part where you get to meet Dr. Liara. Tassoni. Tassoni is a, again, archaeologist, and this is so cute when you meet her. I would be friends with her in real life if I could.
Could somebody help me? Please?
And before the Asari looked more human than
Can you hear me
different.
out there? I'm trapped. I need help.
We hear you.
Are you okay? What happened to you?
Listen, this thing I'm in is a Prothean security device. I cannot move, so I need you to get me out of it, all right?
Benezia?
Your mother is working with Saren. Whose side are you on?
What? I am not on anybody's side. I may be Benezia's daughter, but I'm nothing like her. I have not spoken to her in years. Please, just get me out of here.
Trapped?
How did you end up in there?
I was exploring the ruins when the Geth showed up, so I hid in here. Can you believe that? Geth beyond the veil! I activated the tower's defenses. I knew the barrier curtains would keep them out. When I turned it on, I must have hit something I wasn't supposed to. I was trapped in here. You must get me out, please!
Stay calm.
We'll find some way to help you.
There is a control in here that should deactivate this thing. You'll have to find some way past the barrier curtain. That's the tricky part. The defenses can
Oh my god, the glitch with her eyelashes.
Be careful. There is a Krogan with the Geth. They have been trying different ways to get past the barrier.
I am squishy. I am weak. Okay, we get advanced unity. We're gonna now work on first aid so we can unlock medicine and get that up to advanced. Because the main goal is to get a lot of these to advance except intimidate. Just because you can't really maximize everything. I think even with getting level 60 in the game. Alright. Oop. Here goes nada. Alright. Garrus, we'll put you there. Rex. Put you there. Garrus, you're supposed to go over there. Let's go over there. Yes, I don't have any training in this, but I know how to use it. I miss my soldier class. Like, I could do this all day long. Oh, I meant to put you on Sniper, Garrus. I'm sorry. Move a little closer. Now all we have left is the sniper. Dampening, sabotage. So it can't use its sniper. Before we go interact with that laser, we need to go over here. So we're gonna unlock this storage thing. It's been there for all levels of difficulty, so might as well grab it. And this as well. And like I said, you're earning easy XP by just unlocking it versus using Omnigel, which also is something you need to repair your vehicle. Alright. We're gonna make sure we have best weapons. And before you do this, I would save. Now this next part is going to be challenging because it's like it's supposed to be really simple to do, but it's also like a trial and error kind of situation. So the mining laser can be challenging to do, and I'm going to try my best to, from the top of my memory, of course, try to do this in a way that it will be easy. So it goes, no, A, X, B, Y, no. A, X, B, Y, X. And that's how you get it. Like I said, it's supposed to be easy, but it actually can be very confusing which buttons. So it's like a trial and error. But if you remember A, X, B, Y, X, that will help you use the mining laser and get up this elevator. And you will save Dr. Liara to Sony.
Oh, how did
It's
you
not
get here?
important.
I didn't think there was any way past the barrier.
We have to get you out of here before more Geth arrive.
Yes, you're right. I've seen enough of them to last a lifetime. That button should shut down my containment field.
Any idea how we get out of this place?
There is an elevator back in the center of the tower. At least I think it's an elevator. It should take us out of here. Come on.
Righty.
I still cannot believe all this. Why would the Geth come after me? Do you think Benezia's involved?
Saren's looking for the conduit. You're a Prothean expert. Obviously, he wants you to help him find it.
The conduit, but I don't know.
Ruh-roh.
What the hell was that?
These ruins are not stable. That mining laser must have triggered a seismic event. We have to hurry. The whole place is caving in.
So this next part, depending on who you bring, will be different commentary, but I really love Rex's comment to this, so you have the option of we need an escape plan or we're getting out of here, so we're gonna go with we need an escape plan because that's Paragon.
Joker, get the Normandy airborne and lock in on my signal. On the double, mister.
Aye, aye, Commander. Secure and away. ETA 8 minutes.
If I in here, I'll...
Unfortunately, I had to blur that out because of certain words will demonetize this, so I am sorry, but if you guys bring Rex with you, you can hear the full sentence of what he says. So here's the Krogan.
Surrender. Or don't. That would be more fun.
The ruins coming down.
In case you didn't notice, this place is falling apart.
Exhilarating, isn't it? Thanks for getting rid of those energy fields for us. Hand the doctor over.
Whatever it is you want, you are not getting it from me.
Not giving her up.
She'll stay with us, thanks.
Not an option. Saren wants her, and he always gets what he wants. Then, spare the Asari if you can. If not, doesn't matter.
Alright, before we start this fight, you know, during a ruin. What does this do? We'll do advanced first aid just because this situation can be difficult. Alright. Oop, wrong thing. We're gonna have the sniper be sabotaged by Garrus. Barrier. Do that, and then... Okay, that didn't work. Dampening might. We're trying like anything and everything to get through this fight. And you have to keep moving and not get stuck on stuff. I don't know why I got stuck for a moment, but that's okay. And it's easier to get rid of the minions and then focus on the big Krogan guy that's threatening you and your friends. Throw you. Alright, we got rid of him. Now we can take care of this last guy, get this equipment, and get the heck out of here. So this is where we'll end the chapter, kind of, with this cutscene. So I'll let this cutscene play, then we'll go back to the ship, do the little cutscene there. So, be right back.
Too close, Commander. 10 more seconds we would have been swimming in molten sulfur. The Normandy isn't equipped to land in exploding volcanoes. They tend to fry our sensors and melt our hull. Just for future reference.
We almost died out there, and your pilot is making jokes?
This part will say he saved us.
Joker pulled our asses out of there. I think he's earned the right to a few bad jokes.
I see. It must be a human thing. I don't have a lot of experience dealing with your species, Commander. But I am grateful to you. You saved my life back there, and not just from the volcano. Those Geth would have killed me or dragged me off to Saren.
What did Saren want with you? Do you know something about the conduit?
Only that it was somehow connected to the Prothean extinction. That is my real area of expertise. I have spent the past 50 years trying to figure out what happened to them.
50 years?
Just how old are you exactly?
I hate to admit it, but I am only 106.
Damn! I hope I look that good when I'm your age.
A century may seem like a long time to a short-lived species like yours, but among the Asari I am barely considered more than a child. That is why my research has not received the attention it deserves. Because of my youth, other Asari scholars tend to dismiss my theories on what happened to the Protheans.
I might know.
I've got my own theory on why the Protheans disappeared.
With all due respect, Commander, I have heard every theory out there. The problem is finding evidence to support them. The Protheans left remarkably little behind. It is almost as if someone did not want the mystery solved. It is like someone came along after the Protheans were gone and cleansed the galaxy of clues. But here is the incredible part. According to my findings, the Protheans were not the first galactic civilization to mysteriously vanish. This cycle began long before them.
How do you know this?
Where'd you come up with this theory? I thought there wasn't any evidence.
I have been working on this for 50 years. I have tracked down every scrap and shred of evidence. Eventually, subtle patterns start to emerge, patterns that hint at the truth. It is difficult to explain to someone else. I cannot point to one specific thing to prove my case. It is more a feeling derived from a half-century of dedicated research. But I know I'm right, and eventually I will be able to prove it. There were other civilizations before the Protheans. This cycle has repeated itself many times over.
Who came before them?
If the Protheans weren't the first, then who was?
I don't know. There is barely any evidence on the Protheans, even less on those who came before them. I cannot prove my theory, but I know I am right. The galaxy is built on a cycle of extinction. Each time a great civilization rises up, it is suddenly and violently cast down. Only ruins survive. The Protheans rose up from a single world until their empire spanned the entire galaxy. Yet even they climbed to the top on the remains of those who came before. Their greatest achievements, the mass relays and the Citadel, are based on the technology of those who came before them. And then, like all the other forgotten civilizations throughout galactic history, the Protheans disappeared. I have dedicated my life to figuring out why.
And this is the very interesting part. Remember that vision? We can help Liara discover and have technically evidence of her theory.
They were wiped out by a race of sentient machines, the Reapers.
The Reapers? But I have never heard of. How do you know this? What evidence do you have?
The beacon.
There was a damaged Prothean beacon on Eden Prime. It burned a vision into my brain. I'm still trying to sort out what it all means.
Visions? Yes, that makes sense. The beacons were designed to transmit information directly into the mind of the user. Finding one that still works is extremely rare. No wonder the Geth attacked Eden Prime. The chance to acquire a working beacon, even a badly damaged one, is worth almost any risk. But the beacons were only programmed to interact with Prothean physiology. Whatever information you received would have been confused, unclear. I am amazed you were able to make sense of it at all. A lesser mind would have been utterly destroyed by the process. You must be remarkably strong-willed, Commander.
This isn't helping us find Saren, or the conduit.
Of course, you are right. I am sorry, my scientific curiosity got the better of me. Unfortunately, I do not have any information that could help you find the conduit, or Saren.
You can still help us.
I don't know why Saren wanted you out of the picture, but I think we'll be a lot better off if we bring you along.
Thank you, Commander. Saren might come after me again. I cannot think of anywhere safer than here on your ship. And my knowledge of the Protheans might be useful later on.
And her biotics will come in handy when the fighting starts.
Welcome aboard.
Good to have you on the team, Liara.
Thank you, Commander. I am very grateful. Oh, I am afraid I am feeling a bit lightheaded.
When was the last time you ate? Or slept? Dr. Chakwa should take a look at you.
It is probably just mental exhaustion, coupled with the shock of discovering the Prothean's true fate. I need some time to process all this. Still, it could not hurt to be examined by a medical professional. It will give me the chance to think things over. Are we finished here, Commander?
We'll talk later.
We can talk again after you've seen the doctor. The rest of you, dismissed.
Mission reports are filed, Commander. You want me to patch you through to the Council?
Now, you can say no and skip it. I always like to do these conversations because I think they're kind of fun. So after this, we'll be ending. But again, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And I will catch you guys in the next video.
Patch him through, Joker.
Setting up the link now, Commander.
We've received your report, Commander. I understand Dr. Tassoni is on the Normandy.
I assume you're taking the necessary security precautions.
Liara's on our side. The Geth were trying to kill her.
Benezia would never allow Saren to kill her daughter.
Maybe she doesn't know.
Or maybe we don't know her. We never expected she could become a traitor.
At least the mission was a success.
Apart from the utter destruction of a major Prothean ruin. Was that really necessary, Shepard?
The Geth were crawling all over those ruins. We were lucky to make it out alive.
Of course, Commander. The mission must always take priority.
Good luck, Commander. Remember, we are all counting on you.